Hello everyone, and welcome to my DOL official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. What did Grace do to Liam for $1 million in his tumor scam? On the CBS soap opera Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer was put through a lot last week after suffering a near-fatal gunshot wound and receiving a death sentence due to a tumor. Now Liam recuperates following a treatment that reportedly removed that malignancy. Instead, some viewers question whether Grace Buckingham's surgery was more than just a simple cut to his head. With Grace Buckingham making a quick $1 million with a hoax, some fans even go so far as to say he never had a tumor in the first place. However, when Finn receives a second MRI and Grace vanishes with her newfound wealth, some believe he will still have that tumor. Some B&B fans then speculate that Liam might have had a tumor removed, and that he will come out of the procedure a different person. In any case, when Grace Buckingham picked up the scalpel to operate rather than her colleague, viewers witnessed proof that she was lying to Bill Spencer. Fans believe that there is a problem with Dr. Buckingham and this purported surgical remedy. Finn gives a hint about Liam Spencer's primary caretaker in Bold and the Beautiful. Looking back at last week's Bold and the Beautiful events, it's clear that Grace Buckingham overprotected Liam Spencer, her patient. Finn noticed this too. Finn hinted to the origin of this diagnosis during Friday's B&B show, when he talked about how Grace discovered the tumor. Viewers said Grace appeared to be battling guilt as the surgery was set to take place. After Liam's operation was finished, Grace displayed the same kind of behavior in Friday's Bold and Beautiful episode. Grace was uneasy as Bill praised Liam Spencer's renewed zest for life. The majority of her admirers say she appears guilty. Liam remained heavily sedated at B&B. Following Liam's surgery, Bold and the Beautiful took us by surprise. He reportedly had brain surgery, but Grace assured Bill Spencer that his son would be okay mere hours after this dangerous procedure. Bill was taken aback by this, but as Grace Buckingham is the authority, he followed her instructions. However, Finn and Bridget Forrester were very worried when they hurried to Liam after learning that Bill had taken him home. There was no sign of Grace, and the nurse Grace assigned to Liam at home kept him under a lot of sedation. When Finn looks behind Liam's bandage, some Bold and the Beautiful fans believe he will be the one to figure this out. Brave and pretty, Finn discovers a minor cut on his head? Next week on Bold and the Beautiful, Finn might decide to examine Liam's incision from his alleged brain surgery, while Grace Buckingham isn't around. Some supporters believe he will only discover a minor cut on the head. Fans speculate that Grace might have taken MRI pictures from another patient as Finn implied that she was the one who discovered this tumor. She could have explained to the other physicians that Liam was the owner of the pictures. They wouldn't have any grounds to doubt Grace up until this point. If this is the case, they accepted her diagnosis because they believed what she was saying. Even if she replaced Liam's tests with those of another tumor patient, they didn't doubt her conclusions. B&B. How did Liam get hurt by Grace? What Grace Buckingham did to Liam Spencer last week has sparked a plethora of theories on social media concerning this Bold and Beautiful plot. According to one version, Grace performed this procedure without informing anyone of the potential consequences. Some admirers believe Liam will awaken with a different personality. Additionally, he might not recall those who were close to him. The potential for a new personality is discussed in the video below. Even after the brain tumor was removed, Grace continued to con Bill and Liam. She introduced a physician who is said to have created this experimental procedure. However, Grace was the one who actually used the scalpel on Liam while we were watching. Although he followed her instructions, the man she claimed to be the doctor was present in the room with her. Accordingly, some followers believe she defrauded Bill Spencer, a desperate father of a fortune. Several times, her nervousness about getting his million into her account was visible on film. Then she received that enigmatic phone call. When she assured the person on the other end that the money was on its way, it seemed as though she was afraid. Last week on Bold and the Beautiful, Grace arranged for a nurse to keep an eye on Liam all day and all night. Perhaps it was just long enough for her to leave town, but he is kept under sedation. Because this woman is in trouble if this was a $1 million hoax. However, she will undoubtedly have a lot to explain on the CBS serial opera if she doesn't run away and ends up showing up. When he wakes up, Liam Spencer believes he is married to Steffy Forrester. According to this week's teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer's loved ones will eagerly await any new developments. We don't know what Grace Buckingham did to Liam in that operating room, but it's becoming obvious that she is a scammer. It's possible that during her hurried tumor removal procedure, Dr. Buckingham actually made Liam's condition worse. What if Liam wakes up with major issues because she removed more than just the tumor? Below are spoilers for what will happen next on the CBS soap opera. Grace Buckingham is an operator. Nobody knows the specifics of what Grace Buckingham did to Dollar Bill's son when no one was looking, and Liam Spencer had surgery with a con artist. According to rumors, Grace caused more harm than anyone knows. Will Liam wake up with amnesia?
According to BNB teasers, Bill will recognize that there is a severe problem with his kid when everything has been resolved and Grace Buckingham has been dealt with. Many things may go wrong because Liam's surgery was intended to be on his brain. According to online rumors, Liam will experience memory loss following surgery. What will Liam forget, though? For medical specialists, memory loss is a complex issue, and each case is unique. While some patients struggle with long-term memory loss, others only experience short-term memory loss. Has Liam lost his memory? It is quite possible that Liam Spencer may wake up from surgery with no recollection of recent events. What if he thinks that he is still married to his ex-wife Steffi Forrester? Or Logan Hope? Worse, according to BNB spoilers, Liam might wake up and lose all memory of everyone. Does Don Diamont need to leave? According to The Bold and the Beautiful, many fans think it's time for Don Diamont to go on and pursue other opportunities. Does Don Diamont need to leave? The reason for this is that people believe he is being treated like a supporting actor on a show that he ought to be the star of. Both Steffi Forrester and her father, Ridge Forrester, criticized Bill for granting Luna a pardon, which led to her shooting his son Liam Spencer, as many BNB fans are aware. When Bill wanted to visit his son, they were so angry with him that they attempted to have him discharged from the hospital. Of course, there was a lot to say about the issue on the internet. Don Diamont has always been Brad Carlton, the fantastic role created for him by master writer and storyteller, Bill Bell, some people even noted. The fact that this actor was immediately cast in the terrible part of Dollar Bill Spencer, which never suited Don, has been an insult to his skills. After Diamont lost his job due to YNR, Bradley Bell hired him right away. However, Bradley Bell didn't develop a compelling character to highlight Diamant's range as an actor. What will happen to Bill Spencer next? I agree, Don/Bill, you need to go rogue. These jerks have no business telling you about your son. Like they are so much better, wrote another show critic. Ridge and Stephanie must both plummet from a helicopter. I hope she has to become inebriated. Since he is the next of kin, he ought to run them all out of the hospital. He must use his authority. Then came this comment as well: Brad Bell has been terrible to this wonderful actor, treating him like shit. Don, get some prime time. It's very unfortunate that Ridge, Steffi, and Taylor have reduced Bill's role on the show to lecturing. At last, Dr. John Finnegan loses his temper. John Finnegan has been the ideal husband, father, and physician ever since he joined The Bold and the Beautiful. In order to satisfy his wife Steffi Forrester, Finn went above and fulfilled all of her requests. Is this the end of it? Shin's marriage is beginning to show signs of strain, and in the coming weeks, B&B viewers will likely see a different side of the Good Doctor. Below are spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and Beautiful. The Good Doctor is hard hit by Luna's death. When Dr. Finn first found out that his daughter Luna Nozawa was dead and gone after the fatal shooting, he appeared unconcerned. Since everyone is rushing to save Liam Spencer, Luna's death has been put on hold. The shock will eventually subside as the dust settles. According to B&B spoilers, John Finnegan will finally have to confront the devastating reality of his biological daughter/cousin's passing. The fact that Luna is no longer a threat to Queen Steffi and her family will make her very happy. The couple will become apart as a result of her heartless response to Finn losing his daughter. To make matters worse, Finn's wife will leave town to be with her dying ex-husband when he needs her the most. The kind and devoted husband Steffi left behind might no longer exist when she gets back. Since they got married, Finn has forgotten and forgiven many of Steffi's reservations. It may be argued that instead of blaming her husband for being the sperm donor for Aunt Poppy's child 2 decades ago, Steffi should now give him some leeway. Finn leaves Steffi. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, instead of welcoming Steffi Forrester home, Finn might present her with divorce papers. The plot of the brain tumor is becoming offensive to viewers. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, many individuals simply don't like this plot line, and for several reasons. The plot of the brain tumor is becoming offensive to viewers. Naturally, we are discussing the plot of Liam Spencer's brain tumor. Given how many people in this nation cannot afford that kind of treatment, many people think it is impractical and even disrespectful for the writers to include $1 million surgery. As someone who lost a close family member to a brain tumor at age 52, I found today's episode thoroughly offensive. One fan even posted on social media. The idea that some experimental surgery that is only accessible to the ultra-wealthy could miraculously cure a sneaky disease has me ready to take a break from this nonsense, but I'm not sure exactly where they're going with this plot. You shouldn't be watching if this fake story is affecting you so much, said some commenters. Furthermore, I have lost folks in a similar manner, therefore I don't think it's cruel. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, what will happen to Liam Spencer next? The tale of the brain tumor and its miraculous recovery has been around for a time. The program would be a complete bore if we, the audience, took every character's death personally. None of the plots have ever bothered me, even though I have lost family members and friends to murder, cancer, and other illnesses. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, viewers are finding the brain tumor storyline to be offensive. Another comment that was made was, also, it's really terrible at the moment. Poor writing. Poor behavior. Poor clothing choices. Poor illumination. Poor sets. Redundant plots. Bad, bad, bad. This crapfest should outrage every viewer. Another example from today is when Bill and Dr. Buckingham left Liam's room to speak, then evidently returned to the same room with Liam's bed pulled aside. I know it's a dumb soap opera. However, give it a little effort. Is the secret known to Dr. Buckingham? It's obvious that something is happening behind the scenes. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, there is a lot of conjecture that Dr. Grace Buckingham may know the truth about Luna's existence. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Is the secret known to Dr. Buckingham? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, there is a lot of conjecture that Luna is still alive and well. This is because it's quite likely that her Aunt Lee saved her life during the surgery, but she chose to keep it a secret. Given that she was working alongside Lee in the operating room, Dr. Buckingham could be the only other person having this information. Dr. Buckingham is shown receiving a sizable deposit on her phone on the most recent episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Is this a case of hush money to hide what happened? Fans are curious about that. It's also feasible that Lee is currently concealing Luna and will continue to do so for as long as possible or until the moment comes to reveal the truth about what actually transpired. Luna may still be alive. Lee does think that Luna is still a good child who has simply been led in the wrong road by her errant mother, Poppy. She is therefore making every effort to offer herself another chance at life. For this reason, she also requires Dr. Buckingham and others to remain silent. For better or worse, Lee needs everyone's cooperation, even though this may be highly unethical. Keep an eye on this area. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Does Dr. Buckingham know the secret? $1 million surgery saved Liam Spencer's life. Something is definitely not making sense over here, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, particularly in regards to Liam Spencer and the upcoming $1 million surgery that is ostensibly going to save his life. For all the information you require, continue reading below. $1 million surgery saved Liam Spencer's life. The most recent BNB teasers indicate that Bill Spencer will question Dr. Grace Buckingham about whether there is any chance of saving Liam. He has been fighting a brain tumor, as readers are already aware. As if that weren't enough, Luna has also shot him and almost killed him. But in another shot, the allegedly dishonest doctor is seen on her phone taking a large payment. As if that weren't enough, Finn and Bridget are heard talking about how this isn't standard practice and procedures. Many folks are asking what amusing activity Grace is involved in. She is playing Russian roulette with Liam's life. Why is that? Is Liam Spencer going to die? It's obvious that someone will have questions and would demand quick answers. Bill Spencer may be the one to uncover the truth before it's too late, even though Steffi and Hope are sobbing uncontrollably. Let's hope he takes quick action, because Liam's life is in the hands of a doctor who may kill him for her own financial gain and self-serving motives. It goes without saying that the internet has a lot to say about the issue. Bill will undoubtedly learn the truth about Liam's condition and whether Dr. Grace is lying to him about it, according to several comments. Bill will do all in his power to help Liam. Did Grace Buckingham fake Liam's tumor for $1 million? The recent bold and the beautiful storyline involving Liam Spencer's supposed brain tumor has left fans questioning whether Dr. Grace Buckingham orchestrated an elaborate medical scam. After Liam was shot and later diagnosed with a terminal tumor, Grace performed a high-stakes surgery, allegedly removing the malignancy and saving his life. However, inconsistencies in her behavior, her sudden financial windfall, and Finn's suspicions have led viewers to theorize that Liam's tumor may have been a hoax. Grace's suspicious behavior. From the moment Grace took over Liam's case, her actions raised red flags. She insisted on performing the surgery herself rather than allowing another specialist to step in, which seemed unusually controlling. Additionally, her emotional demeanor, particularly her visible guilt before the operation, suggested she was hiding something. When Bill Spencer offered her $1 million for the procedure, her eagerness to accept the deal further fueled skepticism. Was she truly acting in Liam's best interest, or was this a lucrative scheme? The missing second MRI. One of the biggest holes in Grace's story is the lack of a second MRI. Finn, who has been wary of Grace's methods from the start, questioned the validity of the diagnosis. If Liam's tumor was truly life-threatening, why wasn't a follow-up scan conducted to confirm its severity? Grace's refusal to allow further testing before the surgery implies she may have fabricated the diagnosis entirely. The disappearing tumor theory. Some fans speculate that Liam never had a tumor at all. Grace could have manipulated the initial scans to convince Bill and Liam that surgery was necessary, allowing her to pocket the $1 million. Now that the supposed tumor has been removed, there's no physical evidence left to prove its existence. If Finn orders a new MRI and finds no signs of the tumor, or worse, discovers it's still there, Grace's deception could be exposed. A personality change for Liam? Another intriguing theory is that Liam did have a tumor, but Grace's surgery altered him in unexpected ways. Soap operas often use medical crises to justify dramatic character shifts. If Liam emerges from this ordeal with a changed personality, becoming more aggressive, distant, or even villainous, it could confirm that Grace's procedure had unintended consequences. Finn's role in uncovering the truth. Finn's skepticism positions him as the key figure who could unravel Grace's scheme. His observation that Grace was overly protective of Liam, almost as if she feared he'd discover the truth, hints at a deeper conspiracy. If he pushes for a post-op brain scan and Grace suddenly disappears with her money, it would all but confirm her guilt.